All right, so we did the 4 stretch and folds, then 2-hour rest. This really was like a 3-hour rest. So she's a little overproofed maybe. This one's definitely firmer like it did the last time. Sushi. Maybe I said sushi. And then this is the other one. This one's a little jigglier than this one, but they're still good. So we cleaned the countertop. We just do it straight on our countertop. Some people do it on a cutting board, but basically you are doing what's called laminating the dough. So you sprinkle a little bit of rice flour, and after this process is when they go in the fridge for 12 hours. Unless you're doing a specialty loaf that does not go in the refrigerator. Like we're doing a cinnamon sugar. It does not go in the refrigerator. The sugar absorbs all of the... Can you get the white rubber scraper?
Yeah.
The sugar absorbs all of the moisture and like pushes it out. So you don't want it to go in the fridge. You just bake it immediately. But everything else that we have goes in the fridge. Have they been fed? So you just take a little rubber bench scraper, go around the edges of the bowl. And ours, you can kind of see it looks kind of crusty in some spots. That's just because it was warmer today than it normally has been here. And our area that we keep it in gets really, really warm. So it almost like slightly bakes the top a little bit, but it's done that before and it's turned out fine, so not too worried about it. But you just want to scrape all the dough out of the bowl. It's really nice when it just comes on its own, but this one's a little bit overproofed, so it's not doing that. So this is going to be 2 loaves of bread. So you got this big old jiggler thing. Let's see. Okay. Then I just mess with it a little bit, incorporate all those harder pieces. Yours shouldn't get that, but if it does, just kind of incorporate them into the dough. It'll rehydrate. It did fine last time when they had that one. So then, if you're just doing 1 loaf, then this is what you would laminate, the 1 circle. We are doing 2 loaves, so I'm gonna cut this in half. Some people use their scale to get like an exact measurement so that you can have that, but I'm just eyeballing it, cutting it in half. Then take 1/2 set aside. Now we're working with this. So to laminate it, you just want to stretch it out into a big triangle. This one's going to be plain loaf, so I'm going to show you how to go about that. Let's see. I'm trying to get you to see me a little bit more. Okay, I think that's better. Alright, so you're just stretching it into a big old triangle. And if it comes apart, it's fine, just smush it back together. This one's gonna be a plain loaf, like I said. So then you take and you do like a pamphlet fold. So you fold it in like 3s and then roll it up like a burrito. Any of these hard pieces I have, I'm just gonna get rid of on top. So you want it to be like this little burrito, And then you start working it into a ball. And to do that, you just create tension with your hands. What? What's happening?
Adam left a pan in there and I think it's got shit all over it.
No, I put the pan in there under the Dutch oven.
Well, there's something making it very smoky.
Our kitchen's like smoking us out right now. Anyways. So, you got this little ball now. Lots of tension. Okay. So then I have what's called a banneton. You do not need this. You can use a bowl with a tea towel. The tea towel that you use to cover them is fine. We have one of these, but we use the bowls with the towels all the time too. So you take the rice flour again, sprinkle it in the bottom of the banneton or the tea towel. If you're using a tea towel, we sometimes will do like stretch it out over the bowl, put part of the tea towel down, and then use the other part of the tea towel to cover it. But you can use two if you need to. So just a good bit of rice flour. This just helps keep it from sticking. And I just like to rub it in a little bit. You don't need a ton. I'll show you. Just about like that. And then take your little ball. I just like to give it a few more before I put it in there. And you want to flip it over so that it's face down. And if you need to, you can do what's called stitching and like pinch holes closed. And then just make sure the sides are rounded. It'll look like this. Cover it with tea towel, into the fridge for 12 hours.